Innkeeper's Eyes by Charles Martin. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling cloths, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. The night is cool and turning colder. The air smells of wood smoke, lamp oil, and manure. Quirinius is governing Syria. Caesar Augustus has issued a decree. Register the world. Take a census. Under the dominating hand of Rome, men and their families scurry to their birth homes to register. Jerusalem is overflowing. Bethlehem is packed. It is dark, past the evening meal. A young man leads a young girl riding on a donkey up a small trail and into Bethlehem. He is pensive. Every few seconds he glances over his shoulder. The rumors have preceded them, as had the whispers. She's pregnant, but not with his child. And to complicate matters, they're not married. It's a scandal. According to Jewish law, he should put her out, and she should be stoned. The innkeeper has had a long day. He watches warily. The tired young man asks, "Sir, do you have a room?" The innkeeper shakes his head. "Full up." The young man strains his voice. "You know anywhere?" The innkeeper leans on his broom handle, half annoyed. His patience is thin. "Try down there, but you're wasting your time." The girl winces. The contractions have started. The stain on her dress suggests her water is broken. The innkeeper's wife eyes the barn and whispers, "We can make room." Hours later, the couple returns. The young girl is sweating, doubled over. The young man is frantic. The innkeeper is in bed. Upon hearing the knock, he rises reluctantly and unlocks the door. "Son, I told you. Please, sir, he proffers to the young woman. She's bleeding." The innkeeper's wife appears over his shoulder. She says nothing, which says plenty. The innkeeper trims the wick, and for the first time, looks into the young man's eyes. The innkeeper gently grabs the reins of the donkey and leads the young woman to the barn, where he spreads fresh hay to make a bed, while his wife appears with a towel and some rags. She brushes the two men out and helps the girl. The innkeeper and the young man stand at the door of the stable, little more than a cave carved into a rock wall. The animals sing amused at the ruckus. The innkeeper lights his pipe. The young man shuffles nervously. Behind them, the screams begin. The innkeeper speaks first. "You the two everyone are talking about?" The young man doesn't take his eyes off the cave. "Yes, sir." Another puff. Another cloud. "What happened?" The young man is not quick to answer. "You wouldn't believe me if I told you." The innkeeper laughs. "I don't know. I was young once. She's a pretty girl." Another scream echoes out of the barn. "Baby yours?" The young man rubs his hands together. Calloused, muscled, they are the hands of a stonemason. "No, he's not. I mean, he will be, but I'm not well." The innkeeper chuckles. "You sure it's a he?" The young man nods. "Pretty sure." "You intend to marry?" The young man glances over his shoulder. As soon as she heals up, and another scream. And the innkeeper changes the subject. "So, you here to register?" The young man nods. "What family?" "House of David." The innkeeper raises an eyebrow. "Good family." The screams have risen to a fever pitch. The young girl is out of her mind. The innkeeper's wife calls from the stall, "Honey, I need some hot water now, please." The innkeeper disappears and leaves the young man alone. Above, a star has risen, abnormally bright. Elsewhere, the throne room of heaven, the Son of God rises from his throne and takes off his robe and the golden band around his chest. He unbuckles his sword and leans it against the corner of the throne along with his diadem, and then he removes his priestly and kingly garb, where it is folded by attending angels, each having 3 sets of wings. When finished, he stands naked, save a loincloth. His hair is white wool, as white as the snow. His eyes like a flame of fire. His feet are like brass, fine brass, as refined in a furnace, and his voice is the sound of many waters, like Niagara or the break of a pipeline. Finally, he takes off his crown and places it on the seat. The heavenly host, millions upon millions, bow at his feet, and yet it is pin drop quiet. God the Father rises as his Son crosses the fiery stones. The Father hugs his Son, buries his face on his Son's cheek, and kisses him. The time has come. On earth, the sons of Adam have lost their way, each gone their own way, astray. Things are bad. The entire human race has been taken captive, and the enemy is torturing them. Not one of them will survive the night. The Son has volunteered for a rescue mission, but it's a prisoner exchange. Their freedom will cost the Son everything. His life for theirs. The Father holds his Son's hand in his and tenderly touches the center of the palm. He knows what's coming. A tear rolls down the face of the Ancient of Days. The Son thumbs it away. I'll miss you. He glances at the earth below and hell between. Billions of faces shine across the timeline of history. He knows each by name. They are the joys set before him. He turns to his Father. I will give them your word and declare to them your great name. The Son looks with longing at his home. As he turns to leave, he says, and we're going to need some more rooms in this house, because when I come back, he waves his hand across the timeline. I'm bringing them with me. The Son, whose countenance is like the sun shining in all of its strength, exits heaven, blanketed in the stain of more than 100 million angels, and bathed in the tears of the Father. The innkeeper returns as the cries of the baby pierce through the night air. His lungs are strong. The Word made flesh. The wife clears the mucus, and the cries grow louder. The young man exhales, a breath he has been holding for a little over 9 months. The innkeeper stokes the fire in the corner and hugs the young man. Come. The hay beneath the young woman is a mess. The baby boy has entered the world in much the same way the nation of Israel left Egypt, through blood and water. The animals look on. The rocks cry out. The woman places the baby on the mother's chest, and the two lie, exhausted. The young woman is exposed, and the young man is certain as to his role. Isn't certain as to his role. He has yet to know her. The innkeeper's wife leads him to the young girl's side, where he cuts the cord and slides his hand right into her hand. His heart is racing. She is exhausted, sweaty. The innkeeper's wife begins cleaning her. The young mother stares at the boy and hears the echo of the angel that appeared to her some 10 months ago. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Highest. And the Lord God will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there will be no end. But it is bittersweet. That moment it is, because she knows well the words of both Isaiah and the psalmist, how the Messiah will suffer, be cursed, bruised, pierced, despised, rejected, oppressed, afflicted, cut off from the land of the living. He will bear our griefs, carry our sorrows, All his bones will be out of joint. His heart will melt like wax. He will give his back to those who will beat him, pour out his soul unto death, bear the sin of many, and become unrecognizable as a man. She turns to the man who did not leave her when he had every right, the honorable man who will be her husband. She hands him the boy and speaks his name, Yeshua HaMashiach. The young father holds his son and whispers, the Son of Righteousness has come with healing in his wings. The innkeeper and his wife stand at a distance. They can't take their eyes off the boy. She whispers, every male who opens the room shall be called holy to the Lord. On the air above them there is an echo, faint at first. It grows louder and louder. The innkeeper stares at the heavens. The star above them is daylight bright and casts their shadow on the ground. Finally, he can make it out. Voices, purest he's ever heard, singing at the top of their lungs. Glory to God in the highest, and on earth, peace, goodwill toward men. The innkeeper knows that. He bows low and speaks loud enough for the young couple to hear him. The Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call him Emmanuel, God with us. But all are not so inviting. In the dark night air, invisible armies draw invisible battle lines. Forces gather. Battle plans are drawn. Even now, the boy's life is in danger. Just over the next hill, beyond earshot, lies another hill, Mount Moriah. It is an ancient and storied hill. It is the hill where Melchizedek reigned as priest to God Most High, where Abraham raised the knife above Isaac, the hill where Ornan, the Jebusite, built his threshing floor, where the plague stopped, where David danced before the Lord and returned the ark, the hill where Solomon built that temple, which towers even now. And in about 3 decades, forces will gather on this hill to execute this boy. Daylight breaks the horizon. The innkeeper tends the fire. And the people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwelt in the land of the shadow of death, upon them a light has shined. Mary wraps Jesus tightly in swaddling clothes, lifts him from the stone trough, and cradles the suckling baby, who being in the form of God did not consider it robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, taking the form of a bondservant and coming in the likeness of man. And being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient. Joseph kneels, presses his lips to the forehead of his son. He knows the words by heart, written over 600 years ago. Isaiah is speaking about his son, about this very moment, about this improbable beginning, about this king who stepped off his throne to become a boy who will grow into a man and walk from his cave to that hill and down into hell to ransom you and me. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder, and his name will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there will be no end, upon the throne of David and over his kingdom, to order it and establish it with judgment and justice from that time forward, even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. Merry Christmas, church family. May the peace and joy of the King who stepped off his throne to become a child, who grew into a man, who walked up that hill for you and me, bless you, keep you, and make his face shine